Okay, so for those of you who might be listening to this later, we're starting conversation on page R5, R standing for repaso, review. And we're also on the Google Doc answering the questions. And Bryce, I told you that I would leave some blanks for you to answer. So who would like to volunteer to read? We'll take willing volunteers, and then after we don't get any volunteers, I'll take victims, okay? You have two V options, volunteer or victim. So who would like to read? On page R6. Page R6, yeah. Who would like to read? R5, sorry, R5. R5. I can't read numbers either. Numbers nor letters. I'm kind of in trouble today. Okay, Lexi, you go ahead and be Rosa. And who would like to be Julio or Julia? Okay, so we'll make the next person in line the victim, Jonathan. Okay? So
I can't figure out where we are.
Page R5 in the textbook, the review pages. Yeah, we always have the textbook. I'm sorry, Jonathan. We always need the textbook whenever we come to the online class. We're always going to work, almost always we work out of the textbook.
All right, I have it.
All right, perfect. All right, so then we'll switch about halfway through. So you guys read 3 of each, and then we'll switch to Jordan, you be Julio, and Emma, you be Rosa. Okay, go ahead and start for us, Lexi.
Hola.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jonathan. Jonathan's Julio.
Hola.
Okay, now your turn, Lexi.
Sorry, I muted it. Okay. Bien, ¿y tú? Sorry, hola, ¿qué tal?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien. Is it hoy?
Oye, remember, don't chop out any of your vowels. You like to chop out vowels. Don't chop any out.
Sorry. Eres un amigo de Teresa. I have no idea how you say her last name.
Irisari.
Irisari. ¿No?
Sí, soy Julio Arenal.
Arenal. Ajá.
Okay.
Arenal.
¿De dónde eres, Julio?
Yo.
Oh, okay, so that'll be Jordan now.
Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay, wait, does my mic work?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, so where am I at? Yo soy?
Exactly.
Yo soy de la Ciudad de México. ¿Y tú eres de Puebla como Teresa, no?
Am I still Rosa?
No, that's Emma now.
All right, cool.
Sí.
Hard one.
¿Cuántos años tienes, Rosa?
Tengo 16 años.
Años.
16. ¿Tenemos la misma edad?
Misma.
Oh.
Okay, remember, E says E. E. Misma edad. Muy bien. Okay, so let's look at the questions below. I'm going to let you guys figure them out on your own, then we'll do them together. So Lexi, you take 1, Jonathan 2, Jordan 3, Emma take 4, Bryce, you take 5. Put Bryce, when you're listening to this, you'll need to have the Google Doc open. So Bryce, you take number 5 on page R5. Can y'all hear the lawnmower going out in the front yard?
I don't hear it.
Okay, perfect. I was worried about it. All right. Don't want to stop him from mowing the lawn, though. Okay. So answer your questions. Answer, of course, in complete sentences, right? Because I really don't care about the answer. Well, I kind of do. I want to see that you understand the question, but I also want to see that you understand how to answer in a complete sentence. Do 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 do. There we go. Someone's typing. Ambos. Did you remember that or did you look that up, Lexi? Okay. Okay. So you can say ambos. Ambos is also both. Kind of like ambidextrous. It has the same kind of root word. But los dos is the same because they're masculine, or if it's feminine, las dos. Las dos or are the same. Los dos or ambos, the same. Okay, Jonathan, you know where we're at? Question number 2 on the exercise below. Versus comprendes, question A.
Do I read the question?
No, you're writing the answer on the Google Doc.
Oh, okay. In Spanish?
Sí, señor. En frase completa, en español.
How do you say he in Spanish?
He?
Yeah.
¿Cómo se dice he en Spanish, clase? Muy bien. Él con acento. Con acento.
How do you spell that?
Oh. E, accented E and L. You know, like usted, él, ella.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I knew you knew. It's just like most first year Spanish students, I'll say, everyone know how to say hello and goodbye. And like one of my students today, was her first day in class. She's like, I know how to say hello, but I don't know how to say goodbye. And I just know that as soon as I say adios, they go, oh yeah, I knew that. Sorry, Bryce, this can be a little bit slow. You know how it is when we're waiting doing exercises. So I don't know if you have something you can jump through to the next part. Or for anybody watching this after the fact. Generally, just follow along the, but I do need to put our accents up there. Let's see, I had one up that had accents on it, and I will copy it. There we go, already highlighted. Copy. So I always, Jonathan, try to put the accents up there for you to copy, not to steal. Every once in a while, someone will steal some of the ones we need, but by doing a drag and drop. But, no stealing, no stealing my vowels or my ñ. All right. Okay. So Lexi, sí, ambos son mexicanos, muy bien. Julio es de la ciudad. All that you need is la ciudad. And it's again, we talked about it, and this is for Jonathan as well as everybody else. Remember that Google Docs is really incredibly intelligent, and it knows, Jonathan, that you're writing in Spanish. We didn't tell it you're writing in Spanish, but it knows, it recognizes that's a Spanish word. And so the spell check will probably, if you right click it, it'll probably give you the proper spelling for ciudad. And you'll see that it's ciudad. So the I comes before the U. So but right click and it should, yeah, there you go. Perfecto. So, and I don't know how much you've used Google Docs for Spanish before, Jonathan. I know you had your homework assignment sheet and everything, but it's very, very intelligent when switching. And it'll, know that one sentence you're doing Spanish and the next sentence it'll detect that you're doing English. So I'm really, really impressed with it. And so most of the time you can take, you can use their spelling suggestions. A lot of times it's like you've inverted your vowels like Jonathan did, or you've forgotten an accent. But if your mistake, just like in English, if your mistake yields another word, but a real word, not the one you're looking for, but a real word in English, it's not going to spell check it. Like if you are going to spell goat and you accidentally forget the A, it's not going to know to spell check it because got is a word, right? And so same thing in Spanish. If you forget the accent on está, well, it's not going to catch it because esta, without the accent on the final A, is a word. Okay, so same thing in English. So, but other than that, other than normal word processing, word fixing mistakes, other than stuff that they can't detect, it's really, really good for both Spanish and English, even in the same document. So I'm impressed, as I'm sure you probably can tell. Okay, so let's look at número 6. ¿Cuántos años tiene ella? ¿Cuántos años tiene ella? Ella es Teresa, ¿sí? ¿Cuántos años tiene Teresa? Ella tiene 16, ¿sí? ¿Y cuántos años tiene Julio? Anybody? Just type the numbers, is fine. ¿Cuántos años tiene Julio? Very good. How do we know that, Lexi? How do we know that he's 16? How do we know that Julio was 16? Well, it says right there that Rosa is 16. Tengo 16 años. Very good. Because he says, tenemos la misma edad. We have the same age. Muy bien. Muy bien, perfecto. Excuse me. All right, let's look over página R6. R6. So is everybody in a relatively low noise area where you can turn your microphones on and we can just read?
Yeah.
Okay. And you, Jordan? I don't suppose there's any little kids running around your house. You're part of it. We just. All right. Everyone, go ahead and turn on your mics, and we'll just read this paragraph. Okay. Remember, we went over ser last week. One of the most irregular verbs, just like in English, right? Just like in English, one of the most irregular verbs. Verb in English: to be, I am, you are, he or she is. No rhyme or reason as to why those three words would even go together. Am, is, are. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so give Spanish a break. They at least have somewhat of a semblance of order. Okay, let's look at exercise 2. Completa con las formas apropiadas de ser. What do the instructions tell you? Complete with the
Proper form.
appropriate forms of ser, or the proper, or the correct, or however you want to read it. Okay, so we'll go through the same numbers. Lexi 1, Jonathan 2, Jordan 3, Emma 4, and then we'll just keep going. So that means Lexi 5. Oh, hola, Thor. Let's see, is Thor. Okay, you are with us. Perfect. Okay. So Thor, we'll have you do number 5. We're on page R6. Review. Okay. So just join us when you get a chance on R6. Exercise number 2. Okay. And we have our mics on just because we're doing we're just reading the answers to the exercise. Okay. So Lexi, go ahead. Start with 1, and as soon as he's done, Jonathan, and then as soon as Jonathan's done, Jordan, and then Emma. And then Thor, you'll be number 5.
So do you want me
Go ahead,
to read up until number 2?
What's that?
Do you want me to read up until number 2?
Yeah, go ahead and read the first sentence. Yeah.
Okay. So fue una amiga de Andrés. Andrés.
Okay, then Jonathan.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Andres, usted. My-
No. Andres, what would go? What you don't need a pronoun because Andres is the subject. R6, Thor, the review page number 6. Okay. So what are you gonna put in that blank instead? You're just gonna put the form of the verb, which is what, Jonathan?
Es
Es. Andrés es
muy simpático.
muy simpático. Muy bien. Jordan?
ELS. Gracias.
Perfecto. Y él es gracioso. Emma?
Andrés y yo somos dominicanos.
Perfecto. Thor?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let's see, where is it?
Number 5 on exercise number 2.
Okay. All right.
It kind of is playing together with number 4. So number 4 says, Andrés y yo, Andrew or Andre and I are Dominican.
Es de la República Dominica.
So not es, but we are
We are. Somos de la República Dominica.
Dominicana. Perfecto.
Dominica.
Somos de. So that was kind of a tricky one. You had to go back to the sentence before to get the right answer there. Okay, go ahead and start all over with Lexi. Do the same loop.
La capital de la República. Dominicana. And then, isn't it S?
Perfecto.
Es Santo Domingo.
Perfecto. Jonathan?
Let's see. Nosotros somos alumnos en un colegio en Santo Domingo.
El Santo Domingo, perfecto.
Nosotros somos alumnos en un colegio and
you skipped back up to the other line. Nosotros, but that was exactly what the next line says. Number 8.
Nosotros okay.
Same one.
Nosotros somos alumnos de inglés.
Perfecto, de inglés. Okay. Emma?
It's 8, right?
9.
Oh, okay. La profesora de inglés. Would it be son?
No, it's just la profesora, 1. So the professor of English is
S.
Ajá.
La señorita White.
White. Okay, muy bien. And Thor, number 10.
Let's see. 10. Okay. Okay, Ella. So that would be. Let's see. Ella es norteamericana.
Ella. Ajá. Ella. Remember, double
Ella,
L says
ella.
yes on. Ella es
Ella.
norteamericana. I'll do number 11. Es de Estados Unidos. She's from the United States. Muy bien. Okay. So, no problema aquí. That's a nice, easy one. And then going over to R7 or R7. Okay, the very next page over. Okay, we talked about, we went over this, so we're just kind of going through the exercises so that when we start in class tomorrow, we'll just be ready to roll with the next sets of work. Sustantivos, what's a sustantivo? Sustantivo as a noun, like I don't know what work. Sustain is kind of what I see. Yeah, that's what I see. That's what I can't think of a noun form that actually, like, or maybe like sustenance, not substance, but sustenance, like that which sustains somebody. But really, that's kind of a stretch. I mean, that's what it looks like and sounds like, but it actually means noun. Sustantivo, artículos. What are artículos?
Articles.
Articles, right? Yeah. And what are the articles in English?
A, an, and the.
A, and the, for sure. Okay. And then adjetivos, that which describes, right? Those are your describing words. Okay. And we talked about this. So let's, again, we talked about, right? The adjective generally goes after the noun, unlike in English where it generally goes before the noun. It's kind of like the English example, and we don't have many examples in English. We say Chicken Little. We accept that because it's a name, right? Chicken Little, wasn't he the guy? The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Okay. If you're even familiar with that story. I don't even know what they call those stories. Seriously. Fables? I don't even know what you call it. Story. Children's story, yeah. Okay. So Chicken Little. Usually say Little Chicken, but it was a name. I think it was a name. They called him Chicken Little.
How's the name?
Okay. So just remember they always agree in number and gender. Okay. So let's look at exercise 4. Describe Julia. Okay. So each one of you on your own entry there, describe Julia. Give me something besides what's already stated there, right? The example says, Julia es una alumna seria, muy estudiosa. So you can run on those lines. Generally, someone is studious, and if they're serious, there's some other adjectives you might know that can go with her. Is she smart? Is she intelligent? But maybe she's funny. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to match anything that's going with the picture. But in your own words, tell me how you would describe Julia. Okay. So careful, Lexi, with your sentence, because that's a temporary condition. So it's not going to be the verb ser. Your sentence says, like, she's sad. She's just a sad person. That's the way she always is. Yeah. Okay. And then recall that she is feminine. There you go. Muy bien, Jordan. That was the first sentence that came to my mind. Okay. So, Emma, again, your same thing with your second sentence. Your first one. Oh. But what do we know about so you're just making things up. You're saying she's a friend of somebody, but she's feminine. So you'd have to say Julia es amiga. Or was that your answer to your was it the answer to the last problem? Yeah, it was. Sorry. You just happen to have Julio and Julia going on at the same time. Okay. Okay. So again, your sentence, you're describing more of a temporary condition. She is bored, right? So it's not she's boring. She's not a boring person. She's just bored, right? So you need to change it to está. Same with you, Jonathan. She is tired. She looks real tired right now. It's a temporary condition. What verb do you need to use? There you go. Está. Muy bien. Perfecto. Está cansada. Está aburrida. Maybe she's reading. Let's see. Chemistry text. Chemistry textbooks have got to be the worst. Got to be the worst. They don't read like a book. They're rough. Any kind of technical textbook that has lots of words, man, those can be rough. Okay. So, es simpática. She kind of looks nice, right? There's a lot of things you could say. You can make a whole lot of guesses. There's not a whole lot of that you know about somebody from looking at that picture. Okay, let's look at the next picture down. Describe this group of friends. Okay. The sentence below gives a little bit of information. It says, the friends are on the patio or the playground in their school, en su escuela en Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo is where? Dominican Republic. Santo Domingo es la capital de la República Dominicana. And you can, the whole purpose of this is we want to see that you're making statements about the whole group. The students are, we want to see that it's plural. Okay. Okay, so Thor, you got your nouns and your articles. You got your nouns and your articles plural. Now you got to make your verb and your adjectives match. Okay, so your sentence says the friends is students. Yeah. Van a la misma escuela. Muy bien. They go to the same school. Perfecto. Now let's use some adjectives regarding these people so I can see that your adjectives and your articles. So how about the students are funny, or the students are happy, or give me something to where I can see you know how to pluralize and make everything match. Okay, so the students are, the friends are students and very nice friends. So Thor, what do we need to go do here? Okay, we need to say, and friends very nice, and make sure that your adjective is plural along with your noun. So you don't need to add another verb. You can just get rid of. Y son amigos muy simpáticos. Remember? We go. And they are friends very nice. Los amigos usan. Are you saying they're wearing white shirts? See, okay. So you can say llevan or usan. We don't need estas. I don't know what that, quite understand what that is. So Jordan, what's your sentence about this group of friends? You're just dumbfounded. You just don't know what to say about them. Los amigos son graciosos. Uh-oh. Did you just give Jordan your sentence? What happened? Emma disappeared off the face of the paper. Your snintence. I like your snintence. I like that word. That would be a great new word, snintence. It sounds great. There's Emma. She's back. Did Jordan do away with you? Did he annihilate you? I think Jordan annihilated you. Your sentence is still up there. You look away for 1 second. Well, didn't you already have a sentence, Jonathan? What were you saying? What were you working on? We just needed to correct what you were working on. How about you say, they all have blue books, or they all have large books, or they are, you can talk about in groups of two. The boys are tall, the girls are short. Either one, just something that's plural, so I can see that, and with adjectives and articles, right? The boys are tall. Los chicos, see? Okay, good job. Lexi's working it here. Los estudiantes están estudiando también. Okay, students are studying. You getting by with a little help from your friend Google Translate, Lexi? Stop. Just stop it. Just stop it right now. He's not our friend. He's the foe. He's the enemy. Okay, you're using him for review purposes. He's a frenemy to you. Los chicos. Okay, change it, Jonathan. Los chicos son cortos. Because. Okay, so chicas stays, change los and change cortos then. There we go. Yeah, I should have guessed when you were saying short that you were talking about the girls. Okay. And then Jordan, did you have a sentence for us? Están muy. Okay. So generally, for your verb, it's wanting to correct it to están. It's wanting to put your accent in there. But this should be son. Okay. And then make sure that it agrees. Simpático needs to be what? And then where do you need to put simpático? Because remember, we don't say nice friends, we say friends nice. So kind of get yourself in order there. I know sometimes we had a long summer. A lot of things just go
Shut the windows. We're turning on the ice.
and they just kind of drop out of your brain.
Okay, you shut them.
Shut the window.
No, you shut them for me. I'm doing Spanish.
Okay. Just so you know, I can hear you.
Sorry about that. Just a second. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
now?
Yeah, I still hear you.
Oh.
You just pushing the little microphone?
Uncle Forrest doing Spanish.
Oh, didn't hear that. Just a second.
There we go. Perfecto.
Merida.
Oh, no, maybe not. There we go. Now I can hear you. All right. So just make sure. Remember, if you have a plural feminine noun, the has to be plural and feminine, and your adjective has to be at least plural. Most of them are feminine. Remember, we have 4 forms for any verb ending and any adjective ending in O, right? So guapo, remember what was guapo? Good looking, right? So guapo, un chico guapo, una chica guapa, unos chicos guapos, unas chicas guapas. Okay? Or as you hear some native speakers, you're going to hear guapa. They take the G out and it just becomes guapo and guapas. Okay? But inteligente ends with an E, right? So only has 2 forms. Inteligentes, inteligente, singular and plural. So they don't always. So the takeaway from this page is make sure you agree in number and gender. Okay? Some adjectives don't agree in gender, right? Inteligente, interesante, fácil, difícil, right? Anything that doesn't end in O only has 2 forms, so it doesn't always necessarily agree in gender, but they always agree in number. Unos libros difíciles, some hard books, like hard as in difficult to read or understand, like who's Dostoevsky? Crime and Punishment, right? Huge books, right? 400, 500, 600 pages long. Those are hard books. Son libros difíciles. Okay. All right. So just make sure you got that clarified. Let's look at oh, time is up. Time flies when we're having fun. Okay. So tomorrow I think we did last week. We reviewed tener. We'll work on tener, possessive adjectives. And so no tarea. I gave you a break. No homework this week. But do know, and if you would just leave your answers up, especially for like Bryce, it looks like we didn't do anything today. But that way Bryce can see what we're doing. He's he's not gonna be able to join us most days, so we'll record. So anything anything you say can and will be recorded for posterity's sake. Not that we made it public, it's just Bryce will listen to it later, so, or anybody with the link. Okay, muchas gracias, clase. Hasta mañana. Adiós.